All right, we're live and it's horizontal like I want it. And there's old Jeff. Hey, buddy, what's going on? All right, I'm just excited that it went horizontal this time. I think I figured it out. Normally, it's vertical. And can you hear me? That's the other thing. Let me know if you can hear me. Let's see comments here. Okay, let's do all message. Okay. All right. So all right, I wanted to go live this evening because I haven't got a video out so far this week, but I'm hoping to have one out either tomorrow or Friday. And it's a project that I've been working on all winter, and I'm hoping I'll have it done. I was just working on it before we went live here, but this morning I went to my parents and cut some firewood for next year. Okay, good. Thank you, Jeff. Yeah, went to my parents and cut some firewood. Had a good day of cutting before it got so hot for March. Oh, from California. All right. Thanks for joining us. But yeah, I was cutting firewood, and if you don't know, I go to my parents to cut firewood just because it's so easy. Like their dad and mom have dry, good firewood laying around, and it's very easy to get to. I've never seen one either, Dan, until I moved here. We're originally from West Virginia. Then when we moved to Ohio, we moved across the river about 45 minutes south of where we grew up, and I had never seen one either. But I have them all over the place here. And he was talking about Osage orange. That's one of the firewood breeds that I like to burn. Hey, Kevin, there's old buddy Kevin. Yeah, mom and dad don't have that, and I like to cut some of that for those cold nights, and I usually only put one stick of that in because it just burns so hot. Very hard to cut too. Whenever you're cutting it with a chainsaw, you'll see sparks fly sometimes. But no, today I cut some black locust and some cherry at my parents' house, and we're hoping to get the log splitter out here soon. And I'm going to try to fill up some totes. Now, we did the experiment this year, just putting all the firewood that we burned into totes so we could keep track how many cord of firewood that we use in a year. 3 totes, they say, equals a cord, and we went through about 15 totes. If I burn through these last 2, which at this point I don't know if we're going through or not, but that's going to equal 5 cord of firewood, 15 totes. Hi, Phil. Glad you made it. Hey, from Georgia. Yeah, well, the good thing was this year was the first year I didn't really have to cut any. I did there a couple weeks ago, just around the woodshed, but this was the first year that I was not struggling the whole winter just to get through. So I was pretty excited about that. We did good, but we can always do better. We did kind of run out of good dry firewood at the end, and I did go and buy some coal. I burned coal for probably a week, that last really cold week that we had. And it's nice to have that option, I'll say. But yeah, so I don't know if I'm going to focus on getting 15 totes and filling them up, or looking into we've been burning the anthracite coal. I want to try the bituminous coal that we can get around here. And if any of you have any experience with that, I'd be very interested to hear your thoughts on that, how it burns. Does it make creosote? I know anthracite doesn't make creosote, and that's why I like to burn it. Problem is, I bought 400 pounds of it for $110, and it takes 2 bags just to get it going. You do exactly what I do? Okay. Yeah, that's the thing with I like the anthracite, and well, Kelsey doesn't. If she's watching right now, she'll probably comment. She can't keep it going. Yeah, 40 pound bag. It is expensive, and it's going up since we first got the stove. If I remember right, when we first got the stove, it was around $7 a bag, and now it's up to over 11, and that adds up quick. Yeah. Oh, you throw the whole bag in there. I usually dump it in there, and well, I scoop it out, and it it doesn't pay to go to skimp out on it because you're going to lose your fire. It won't be as good. The nice thing is it's a nice even heat. That's what I was wondering about the bituminous coal. Is that the same way? So I'm trying to look at some different uh, options there. You're getting a ton of loose keeping on a trailer. See, I don't have very many options for anthracite around here. That's the issue I have. Now, when I was a coal miner, we mine bituminous coal around here. The anthracite comes from the eastern part of Pennsylvania, I believe, and there just doesn't seem to be anywhere that has it in bulk like that, to where they bring like a ton of it to you, and I have no idea what that would cost. Hi, Sean. Glad you joined us. We're just talking about how we've heated the house with firewood this year, and we did pretty good. And we also used some coal. So yeah, I want to look into that more so that I don't spend as much time with the firewood, because I've got other things I want to do here and other projects, and we have a little extra cash that looks like this year, and there's some things I want to get done. So that's what I am. I'm a sort of farmer. Actually, I'm a guy trying to rebuild a farm. So like we still have to put up fences, and that's something I want to get into. We still have to fix up our woodshed, the barn. Yeah. Oh yeah, I have. Well, my uncle had an outdoor boiler. One of my buddies does, and that's what's nice. You don't have to worry about splitting, really. Actually, old Davey from Ohio Hilltops, he does too. And yeah, this is my uncle Mike's old tractor, and this is a Ford 1957 Ford 850 that he rebuilt and shined her all up, and he made her look so nice. And we used the hay rake with it last year, and well, we got it fixed up to where she'll start up easy for me again. Yeah, yeah, we're doing that too. Oh, you have an 8N. Okay. Yep, not too far off. Uh, that's another thing I gotta get going. I gotta get a soil sample out here soon for the giant pumpkin and see what I need for that. And then we want to do a really good garden. We want to can more this year, and I think this is a year where you see how important it is to can, and how about the price of eggs too? It's important to have your own chickens. There's old Mike. Uh, yeah, we were talking about that today with my parents. How much a dozen eggs cost nowadays. It's good to do that stuff, and I think you know we homeschool our kids, and I want them to know that stuff. I grew up around the canning, and we never had chickens growing up, but I always wanted to, and I think that's important. We had animals to take care of, and I think that's important too. Whoop. Any pig? Yeah, I want to get pigs again. The problem with that, Dan, is we go to different events throughout the year for LS and other things, and I don't know how to schedule the pigs into that, and we're working on that because we don't really live close to our family, and I don't really have anybody to rely on taking care of them. So we will do it again because that's that's probably where you get your most profit. I think the pigs and we have people that want to buy. I got guys at work. Let me know when you get them again, and so I do want to do it again. And then any other livestock, that's where the fencing. We got to get the fencing done. So that's a project I would like to get done this year, and I'm starting to figure out how we're going to do that. And then Kelsey commented there, we would like to do meat chickens this year too. We did the turkey, and boy, she made that for Thanksgiving. I don't know how she did it. Man, that turkey was good. That thing was huge. If you saw that video, and oh, thank you, Sean. I appreciate it. But yeah, we made that turkey video, and that thing wouldn't even fit in the plucker. We had to use the power plucker on the drill to get the feathers off of it. But yeah, I mean, we want to get meat chickens too. I just think that's something we could do here. And I'd like the girls to get to see that, and we have all the equipment to do it. So something we want to try. So we'll get one of those. They call them chicken tractors. Move them around the field, let them graze, and then you still got to feed them. But yeah, that'd be nice, Dan. Hopefully one day we can do that. That's why I tell Kelsey, if I could ever get away from my job at work, I could really get some stuff done. We could really do a whole lot. Oh, you're not far from them. So you're in Pennsylvania, Dan? Mike Morgan's north of Pittsburgh. And I forget the exact name of the town there. So he's probably an hour and a half or more away from us, I'd say. Probably closer to 2 hours away. But yeah, there's all kinds of stuff. Hour and a half from Pittsburgh. Okay. Yeah, so he's probably more than that from us then. So yeah, I'm out. I was out here tonight, and I'm not gonna tell you what it is yet because I want to surprise you. But that's going to be the next video. Been working on a project out here. I actually have a bunch of projects out here in the shop, but I'm excited to get this one done because I need it out of here so that I can get this place organized. Had my dad in here the other day, and we're tripping over everything in here. My shop is a mess right now, and I can't stand it. Oh yeah, that's why I set it up here, Mike. Okay, yeah, we've been to Lehman's. That's a good bit north of us. That's a couple hours north of us over in Amish country. We've actually thought about doing a video on that store. If you don't know, Lehman's is in Kidron, Ohio, and it's like the ultimate homesteaders store. Now we go there, but I can't say that we've actually bought anything from there because it's all good stuff, but it's all very expensive stuff too. And they do have they have wood stoves and stuff there too, but it's definitely something to check out. I would recommend seeing it. Then they have auctions. They have livestock auctions, and my grandpap was telling me about they got an equipment auction coming up in Kidron here soon too. Yeah, I know there's been some different channels that have gone there. I know Doug and Stacy, if you've seen their channel, they've been to Lehman's there. It's a really neat place to go. And it's neat how it's set up. I mean, it covers a good amount of space. Justin Rhodes too. Yeah, that's another channel we like watching. But yeah, there's no lack of projects here. That's for sure. And especially this time of year. That's why I was thinking before we went live here. I'm starting to get overwhelmed because it all hits you at once, and it won't be long before the grass is going to start growing. And I'm making some upgrades for hay. And by the way, we sold all the hay. I don't know if I told you guys that. Yeah, that's how it works, isn't it? You exchange your junk for new junk. But yeah, we sold all of our hay. Had a guy at work buy it from me, and he actually said next year, because he came with his trailer and he picked it up. I've never been to that restaurant. We usually go to. We either go to. Shoot, I can't think of what it's called. We either go to Der Dutchman in Walnut Creek, and then we like going to that Farmstead restaurant too. Well, somebody else said something there. Yeah, all it does, it pops up, and then it hits you all of a sudden. But I was talking about the hay. He said uh, he brought his trailer. I think we fit 90 bales on his trailer, and he told me, he said, if you do it again this year, let me know. I'll bring the trailer out, and you can just load it on a trailer as you go. And I'm like, well, that sounds good. That's a whole lot less work. So, hey, Wade, what's going on, buddy? That's Wade from Sabine. I think I'm saying that right. River Valley. Met him down there at the National Farm Machinery Show. He's got his own channel too. And I don't know if you guys saw that video. We met up with a lot of YouTubers. I was excited to meet Ed from My Cluttered Garage. Never seen him in person before. Sabine, okay. Elk. Oh, okay. They released elk in West Virginia years ago, and I never heard what happened with that. And we never seen any. Of course, we're up in the northern panhandle, and I think they released them down south. I would like to see one. I always thought we were talking about going on an elk hunt. We used to do that a lot. We'd go on bear hunts, and we were talking about going on an elk hunt, but with the way prices are, and those hunts are not cheap. And when you have 4 kids, it just doesn't make sense to pay thousands of dollars for these hunts anymore. That's what I figured too, Dan. I figured the first backwoods guy in a hauler somewhere sees an elk in his backyard, that thing's going to end up in a freezer. That's what I thought as soon as I heard they released them. So that's probably true. But they're supposed to have trackers on them. I don't know. So I still have, as far as tractors, I still have the MT 232 and the 225S. I think the MT 232 is going to get switched out. I think. Haven't heard officially yet. So you might be seeing a different tractor here soon. I'm still getting my XR 4040 ready for, like I said, we got hay season coming up, and I need to make some upgrades to the square baler. I kept breaking shear bolts, and I think I know why. So that's going to be coming up in a video here soon. I'm going to fix that. I'm hoping it's going to fix it. And then I got some other equipment that I bought, and some more that I think I'm going to buy. Kelsey probably doesn't want to hear that, but it pays off in the end. It was nice selling that hay and making a little bit of money from it. I mean, I think it's been Dan. He's been one of the guys here always telling me, why are you just cutting that field? You need to make hay. Well, I had to save up the money to get the equipment, and then we finally were able to do that this past year. Little baby steps at a time, especially, like I said, with a family of 6, 4 kids, you don't always have extra money to go get this stuff. But yeah, and like you said, I want to get pigs again. And then eventually the main goal is I want to look out in the field and see cattle out there. That was a dream of mine there, Dan, because if you saw that video, we used to do that when I was a kid, and that just brought back memories from the 90s. when we were all baling hay as a family. Yeah, Wade, I bought a used square baler. In fact, it's so old, a lot of the parts you can't find anymore. And then an old hay rake. And I did buy a brand new Tar River drum mower. And that thing's turned out really nice too. And I went to their booth down there at the National Farm Machinery Show, and they had other stuff there, but the guy kind of like didn't want to talk to me. So I'm like, okay, well, I guess I won't put it in the video then. That's right, Jeff. Just buy it. She understands. She knows. She knows the goal here. We're trying to make this farm better than it was when we got here, and maybe better than it ever has been. I don't know. I don't know exactly what all they used to farm here. I've seen some old pictures. We made a video about that years ago, or maybe we did a live stream about it. One of the neighbors gave us a photo when they used to fly the helicopters over and take a picture of your place. And this place was a whole lot more open then. And even behind the house, they said the fields used to go clear down the creek. And now it's so thick. Like, that's why I go cut firewood at my parents', because I can't get in the woods. It's so thick, thorns and briars everywhere. It's just a pain. But that's another project I'd like to get done. Yeah, she's happy. Kelsey's happy with me buying stuff for the farm, and as long as we get stuff done on the house, and we're trying to do that more too, because if you don't know, we started another YouTube channel, and what we did, we moved all of our, which I think I got 2 more videos left to move. We moved all of our farmhouse renovation videos over to our new channel, and it's called Mallard Farmhouse Renovation. And I did that because I talked to my buddy Hank Hamilton. He said he's got like 6 channels, but he said it's better to niche down, and that's what he did. He moved some of his videos over to a different channel, and I'm hoping what's going to happen is YouTube's going to figure out what this channel is better. It's more about the tractor, the farm stuff, and then the farmhouse renovation videos. Well, that's right in the title of the new channel. So hopefully that'll pick up, which that channel will be a month old Saturday. And we have 77 subscribers on it right now, and already over 100 watch hours. So that's way better than what this channel started out with, because it took us a long time to get the watch hours. Because if you want to get a channel monetized, I think you need 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. They've changed it. You can do YouTube Shorts too, but I'm not really doing that on that new channel, not yet anyway. So go back to the 40s. Wow, the oldest one we have of our place is from the 70s, the late 70s, I think. And back then, this shop wasn't here. And up on the bank from this shop, there was an old sawmill. And I guess that's where our mailboxes are today. And I kind of wish that thing was still there. But it would be right beside the road. And with the way some of these maniacs drive by, I don't know if I would want it there. But it would have been neat to see it. There is a big old saw blade in the barn, and I'm guessing that's where it came from. But and that's something I was talking about with Hudson Forestry Equipment down there in Kentucky. I never really thought I needed a sawmill, but with the barn, with the woodshed, I could use one to fix them up, because I like how they look with the wood. I don't want to put metal siding on them. I like the wood look. So I don't know if that might be something in the future, but the timber, I don't really have good timber for boards here, but I could always get those from my parents if I had to. But I missed a comment there. I gotta hit the button there. What was it? Sorry about my finger there. An old chain baler. Yeah. Well, I had to get something that I could run. Let me get back down to the bottom. I had to buy something that my 40 horsepower could handle. And that's why I went with the Tar River drum mower, because it's a 5.5 foot drum mower and it handles it, and it would be awesome. It'd be perfect on flat ground. But with that hill over there, on that first cut, man, I had to go slow coming up that hill. Kept trying to stall the tractor out. And even on the second cut that we did, still had to go slow. It wasn't stalling out, but I had to go slow. So maybe with this next tractor that's coming, maybe we won't have to worry about that. But that's why I went with the Tar River drum mower, and that's why I went with the small square baler too. Oh, you want a salt? Yeah. Okay. Old Phil wants a sawmill. Yeah, I think we could all use one. Yeah, the Dream tractor. Yeah, well, we have, like I said, we have a little cash available this year, but not that much. So, yeah, we'll see what if we do get another one, which I think we will. Yeah, we have Amish. Well, they're not. They're in our county. They're not exactly close to us, but that's always an option too. You can go to the Amish and just buy from them. So, and I've thought about that too. Even Davy from Ohio Hilltops, he has one. He's about an hour away from me. I could always go to him too. So maybe that's what we'll do. It'll save me a whole lot of time and effort. Just have to shell out some more cash. So yeah, I just wanted to get on here tonight because I've been trying to make more videos, but I'm not the type of person. I try not to make videos that just to make one. I always like to show something or show some progress. So I was on a roll there for a little while, but then work gets you, and that happens to me all the time. And you get stuck working a double or whatever, and then you come home and you're tired. You had a bad day, so I haven't got one out this week yet. But I'm pretty sure I can get one out either tomorrow or Friday, and that'll be my video for this week. I was trying to get 2 a week, but it's tough working shift work, and right now, or at work, they're cutting back a little bit on a certain job there, and they're going to be cutting back on my job. My job's safe, so we're going to a new schedule, but they won't tell me what it is. So I'm hoping we're going to go to a day turn afternoon schedule, and then I won't have to work midnights anymore. But they won't give us a clear answer. I work at a chemical plant, Wade. Yeah, and I work at a chemical plant, and I load chlorine into rail cars and barges. That's my job. And I used to be a coal miner before that, but I've been working at the plant now for over 10 years. So I've got some time in. Like I said, my job's not getting cut, but they're cutting a couple guys off my job. So we won't need all 3 shifts, is what they're telling us. And I'm hoping, like I start midnights tomorrow night. I'm hoping I work this set of midnights, and then next month, and then maybe don't have to work them again after that. I was underground. Yeah, I was underground when I worked in the coal mine. I was a little bit of everything down there. I was a beltman. I was a trackman. I ran shear, and then my last job before I left, I worked on the slope. And what was neat about working on the slope, that's where the coal comes up out of the ground. I could walk outside every day, so that was neat. Well, actually, up this way, uh, the coal seams are higher, and in most places around the coal mines here, you can walk around. Now, when I first started, I was 18 years old, and I was working for a contractor. And the very first place they sent me was to a coal mine in Virginia, and that was a low coal seam. So here I am going underground for the first time, and the elevators up here are like getting in an elevator, kind of like in a hospital or something. It's closed in, you can't see nothing. Down there, the elevator was open, and the floor was a steel grate, so you could look all the way down, and you could, while you're going down, you could touch the concrete walls of the shaft that you was going down in. And then when you got down there, it was just high enough to where you could stand up, but you had to be bent over all day. And like I said, I was 18 years old, and our job was we were building seals, which were sealing up certain old parts of the mine. And so they used concrete block and wooden cribs, all kinds of heavy stuff to build these seals. And guess who got to haul all that stuff around? The young 18-year-old guy. So I had my little wagon, load up all kinds of concrete blocks and wooden cribs, and then I'd have to be bent over pulling this wagon over. It ain't flat ground. And then the bad thing was, most of the time we were up to our boots in water at the same time. So that was my first experience in the coal mines. And the only reason I stuck with it was because my grandfather, he was a coal miner up here back home, and he told me it ain't like that up here. You can stand up, and normally you're not in that much water and stuff. But what was neat about down there, the top, the slate top, it had fossils, ferns everywhere. You could just see the leaves. And I tried bringing some of them home in my bucket, and it was a 5-hour drive to get back home. And normally about every time I drove back home, they'd be all broken apart. But I was trying to bring them home to show the family, but they kept breaking apart. I never found nothing like that up this way. But yeah, it was a whole different environment down there. And I wasn't even working like where they were cutting the coal. And every day I'd come out underground in Virginia, my face would be pitch black. All you could see was the whites of my eyes and the teeth. And there were days I'd run the shear up here where I'm cutting the coal, and my face wasn't as black as what it was down in Virginia. So like I said, different type of coal and a whole different type of environment too. But yeah, that's what I started out doing. And really, I probably still would have stayed there, but a different owner took over, and I did not care for him. And I think I've mentioned this before, where I work now, my dad worked there before he retired. My uncle Mike worked there. My other grandfather worked at the plant. And my father-in-law all worked where I work now. So once that new owner took over the mine, that's when I decided to get out. And I will say my job now is a whole lot easier on my back and my lungs. So I used to get sinus infections all the time working underground, and I don't think it was from the coal. I think it was from the rock dust, which is crushed limestone that they blow it all over the coal in there to keep fires from happening. And I don't think that's very good for you, because a lot of the rock dusters that I knew, I'd hear about them getting cancer later on when they retired and stuff. So Yeah, I'm glad to be out of it. There are certain things that I miss about it, like working underground. Everything's not so formal as where I work now. Uh, is more laid back. Just get the job done. Don't get hurt. Yeah. Well, Brad Paisley is actually he went to the same high school as Kelsey and I, and he lived in the town just north of us, in the little town of Glendale, and we lived in we grew up in Moundsville. But yeah, Brad Paisley is very close to where we used to live, and well, he ain't too far away from here. So yeah, that's a little boy. I went into some history about myself, but that's what I used to do, and now you know what I do now. But like I said, I got to go out midnight's tomorrow night, and then hopefully one more set after this, and then maybe just maybe I'll be done, and that could be a big change for me too. Maybe I can get into a little bit of a rhythm with the videos. That's what I'm hoping anyway. It's hard to get into a rhythm working shift work. Uh, Believe it or not, midnights don't hurt me as much as what day shifts do. And I think if I could start working them like every other week, uh, I could get used to them and be able to get more done, especially this time of year when it's staying light till it's getting close to 8 o'clock now, and the sunlight's still up. So, so yeah, that's the plan. Like I said, I'll try to get a video out here Thursday, Friday, or Friday or Saturday. Uh, but the commercials are bad tonight. Oh, yeah, I've noticed that too. I'll be watching live streams, and all of a sudden they just take you to the commercial. So, all right. Well, I'm going to get off here. Like I said, I'll try to get that video out. I appreciate all of you coming and spending some time with me. And like always, I hope all of you have a good day and good night. And we'll see y'all in the next video. Thanks, everybody.